Attorney for the District of Columbia, Matthew Graves, who is a Biden appointee, is on pace this year to arrest a January 6th protester every day. So the total number now is up to 1,315 defendants, with Matthew Graves and the Department of Justice promising that that total caseload at the end of the day will exceed 2,000, representing an unprecedented criminal investigation and prosecution against American citizens who protested the 2020 election on January 6th. Now, what Joe Biden didn't mention, and this is important, is that his Department of Justice has a 100% conviction rate in the nation's capital in jury trials against January 6 defendants. We are now 2 years removed from the first trial, which was March of 2022. 2 years later, not one jury in Washington, D.C. has fully acquitted a January 6 defendant after more than 100 trials. Now, some of those trials have more than one defendant. Now, the jury has acquitted defendants on some charges, but no January 6 defendant has walked out of a Washington courtroom fully exonerated by a D.C. jury. And you know why? Because it is a city populated by Democrats that voted 92% for Joe Biden. Despite that record, federal judges of both parties in Washington continue to deny change of venue motions for January 6 defendants. 2 years later, they know the record of the trials, what January 6 defendants have been subjected to by these juries, returning these verdicts, guilty verdicts, in record time. They still refuse to move these trials out of Washington, D.C. Any day of the week, and I was trying to go yesterday, but my flight was messed up. That's a whole other story. Any day of the week, you can go to the federal courthouse in Washington, a few blocks from the Capitol, and you can pick randomly a judge or a courtroom, and you will be able to find a court proceeding for a January 6th defendant. I often wonder, what did these judges do before January 6th? Because the docket is literally packed with January 6 cases. I don't know what they did before. I mean, we know they were going after Donald Trump and other people, but I really wonder what they did beforehand.